Welcome, mystic travelers, to the Black Mirror Oracle. Today, when I was scrying in the mirror, I saw a puzzle, and it was blank, just like white, and there was just a missing piece. Then I saw a person curled up with a blanket, maybe even holding like a stuffed animal, and they were like on their couch, but the entire room was made of spikes except for the one place where they were sitting. And the last message was time to break the pattern. So I feel like that this has to do with karmic loops. Maybe you're missing a puzzle piece when it comes to a karmic loop. Maybe you've been tied to or tied up in one that you may see and one you may not even know is happening. I felt really drawn to do a lot of different cards this time. I just kept being drawn to these different decks, so we're just going to see what happens and how our mirror image relates to the cards that we are pulling today. The black mirror is sacred. That's why I don't do the scrying here. I do it earlier in the day. Got these new Memento Mori cards. Oh, this one was left down. Choice feeds fate. Ooh, boy, that's a good one. Choice feeds fate. Talking about karmic loops, right? The choices you make decide whether you get stuck in a karmic loop or whether you're able to release the past and move forward. Okay, we will go through your oracle cards and then we will do a channeled tarot message. Mindful. With the image that I got, especially the second one of the person in the living room, I just get this feeling of closing in on yourself, feeling like the world is very volatile and that maybe you only have a very small area or thing that you see as your safe space. And sometimes you might close in on that deeper and deeper. It might be that you keep repeating or staying in this very small comfort zone because, you know, when you have trauma or when you feel betrayed or when difficult things happen, you know, we want to fold in like that to heal and protect ourselves. And it's okay, of course, but there's a point where you have to decide to create mindful protection around yourself without closing everyone out permanently, right? So that you're filtering people through that fit you like a puzzle piece, right? That fit your puzzle. And I feel like mindfulness is going to be one of the keys. We have a maze and a snow globe. A maze is like a puzzle to solve. And with the snow globe, I get that feeling, this is once again of like isolation, as I was saying, from the vision of the person on the couch where the world feels so prickly, the world feels so difficult. And in this maze, we have a caterpillar and then we have a butterfly at the end of the maze. And then there's a bird partway through. So like, I feel like the bird could eat the caterpillar. So maybe the feeling of growth, it feels difficult to grow out of that small space because the world is scary and prickly and because you're afraid you might get eaten up or taken over, right? Creativity and home. Yeah, there's a sense of sticking to your home a lot. And if you're going to do that, use this time to your advantage to create things, to be creative, to feel through the pain that you're going through. You know, whatever your creative outlet is, what's going to help you move through that and break the karmic loop, that pattern we were talking about. Choice feeds fate. You get to choose, and whatever you choose becomes your karma. Karma being the natural results of whatever actions you choose in your life. Cosmic child. Yeah. You feel that within you, that power of who you are when you're able to get out of this karmic loop that you know does not represent who you are as a soul. This cosmic child is in touch with herself. They are dancing in the starlight, you know, after the very difficult task of the tower, dancing in the starlight. So a lot of this is about, I mean, you have the kid in the snow globe, the caterpillar trying to find his way to butterfly, and you have this home card and creativity card. You've been seeking home outside of yourself, and it's time for you to look inward at your cosmic child and choose, make choices that will direct you towards the fate that you actually desire, so that you're not run by your own fear. Rewind and reset. Yeah. You know, you have an opportunity here to see this as a new beginning, as a reset. If your world has gotten hard or prickly, you have an opportunity to reset that. I feel like I want to draw one of these cards. Let's see. Oh, it's a little ominous looking. Well, like 4 of them jumped out, so 4 it is. Okay. We've got this one. I think overthinking definitely is playing a role in all this. That's what's keeping you stuck in this kind of karmic loop. Yeah. Other people seem really happy. You might even go out and, you know, be going out with friends and feel like you're putting on a show, you know. And as I always say, go get the help you need. If you're really struggling and you're not able to, say, just use mindfulness or meditation or breath work and get through this, go get the help you need. You know, that's what it's there for. This is interesting. It's like a person in a desert, and there's like all these strange lights or eggs. And then a butterfly, another butterfly. So pay close attention to that. 2 butterflies in your cards. Yeah, you're headed towards a path of renewal out of this karmic loop if you can just break it. You have to be able to break it, though. Whatever it is that's holding you back. And if you're not able to see it, let's pull a card on that of what it is. What is this karmic loop about? Because clearly it's here and you're ready to break free from it, but do you even know what it is? This card's been showing up a lot. You may not even know that you're trapped in it. You just might feel like something is off. You might not know why. So that card to me says, like, purposefully closing your eyes to it or being unaware of kind of what is trapping you. Because in this picture, it looks like a home, but it's peeled away and looks like a jail cell. But the kid is sitting there with his eyes closed, and he's got the ball and chain, but he's just acting like, oh, this is normal, I'm content, right? And so, but you're feeling a dis-ease within you that wants to break free of that. Actually, let's pull an affirmation card before we do our channeled reading. So, you may or may not know what it is, Or you may have known what it is before but kind of blocked it. Or it might be kind of wiggling up from your subconscious. You know, this is always so challenging. Karmic loops are hard because you don't get caught in a karmic loop because it's clear. You get caught in a karmic loop because it feeds the pattern that your brain was trained when you were a kid, right? I will always find a way, and a way will always find me. See, you always get out of this, right? In the past, every time this kind of thing has happened, you're just waiting for that last puzzle piece to snap into place, right? And you can give yourself those comforting moments where you curl up on the couch with your blanket, but you don't have to see the world as so sharp. You just have to work on your discernment so you don't let the sharp parts close to your delicate heart. Like Hafez, the poet, says, he says, run like hell, my dear, from anything that would put a knife into the sacred vision of your tender heart. And make sure you do that. Protecting yourself and your boundaries to get out of this karmic loop and focusing on your own life is going to do more for you. You've got to work from a place of healing and not fear, even if it's the scariest thing ever to go get the help you need. You deserve that. Okay, beloved. We start your channeled reading. I'll go through your cards and then we'll do that. You've got 9 of Cups, 10 of Wands. Yeah, you felt a lot of weight, huh? 2 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Lovers, Seven of Wands, the Fool, 7 of Pentacles, the Magician, and the 4 of Swords. Okay, beloved, let's begin. In the past, there have been times where you felt more secure and where you stood emotionally. But lately, you have found that you've been carrying such a heavy weight. And from this, you've been looking around trying to figure out what is causing it. What is causing this? It's so built in that you don't even know. And a lot of times you look back and wish you could just get back to that place where you felt secure, even if that security, you know, came with some blindness, right? It's easy to look back and think about that. But that's not where you are. You've opened your eyes and you see things. You see that there is an imbalance. And you want to rise into your sovereign power. And there's just a lot of earth energy here. It's moving back and forth, trying to experiment and figure out what's going to work for you. And with the Lovers here, it's about making a choice. You know, the Lovers isn't always about love, but if your heart is longing for love, whether that is from another person or from a friendship or for romantic, just remember that you have to find the love in your own heart first. Fall in love with yourself so that you can rise into this King of Pentacles energy. And to do that, beloved, we see the Fool. You're ready to take a leap of faith, because sometimes it hurts more to stay the same than it does to change. It is time to let go of a pattern that's been holding you back, and you know it. You know it's time. Beloved, you hold all the keys within you. All you need to do is look inward and balance those elements in you, and you'll feel brave enough to work on this a little at a time, day by day. But part of that is going to be taking a step back and resting. Not because you're going to fall back into the same pattern, but because a balance of actively working on it and resting is how alchemy works. It's how inner alchemy works. You can't rush it. You can't get excited about it and then it be fixed tomorrow. You have to give yourself patience. You have to give yourself grace, knowing that you will get through the healing. Well, healing is a constant thing, but you'll get to a level of healing where you can walk out of this box that you've felt pressed into. So, beloved, if you're in the dark night of the soul right now, trapped in a karmic loop you're trying to break, remember what St. John of the Cross says about the dark night of the soul. That basically during parts of it, you'll be blinded to the work that's going on in your subconscious or by the divine, however you want to see it. And during that phase is when the true magic and alchemy happens, because you are not sabotaging it with your own fears and your own conditioning from your life. I'm so proud of you and your journey. You are rising to this King of Pentacles energy. Transmutation from the Fool taking a leap of faith to the Magician. Having the balance to go out with confidence and transmute anything that happens to you to your advantage. Now, beloved, we're going to pull one more of these cards for your advice. And one more of these cards for your advice. This first card is a galaxy with two hands going across it. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Legacy lives on. You know, our time here is so finite. What a shame to use that time hurting yourself, right? Get the help you need. Break those karmic loops. Remember, a karmic loop is just conditioning stuck in a cycle. Get the help you need. You're so close. You know, you've got this. You are strong. You are powerful. You've gotten through so many difficult things. You can get through this as well. I really believe in you. And the cards show you rising above this weight. Beloved, thank you for joining me today. It's never easy, but the inner alchemy is good work. It's great work. I'll see you next time. The mirror is closed. The reading is closed.